Yes, I'm here.
How are you, Chitra?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you so much. What about you?
Okay, me too. Fine, fabulous. So please go ahead.
Yes. So thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Chitra. So I would like to share on these three questions. So first, the first question is, how do you ensure that you truly understand the other person's perspectives during a conversation? Um, Actually, it is a difficult task to to ensure that while communicating, because whenever we try to communicate first time with stranger with oddballs, so it is difficult to understand their specific perspectives. Yeah. um, but if you listen carefully and if you add some points while communicating, so it is really great coordination between for the communication, but listening power is must. And if you try to understand with your great listening skill and share our opinion or experiences, because a listening skill is it's very important for both sides. Some person, he speak more and more, and other also listening constantly, so it is not a good thing for both sides, because coordination is must. So if you share your experience ideas with collaboratively, so we can prove our perspectives uncompromisingly, and that is we can ensure lots of things while communicating, means expression, ideas, tone, and other things. All these things are part of the communication, but experiences and our points is very important. So we can use calmly, patiently, and we have listening power, and we can also interrupt whenever we feel uncomfortable, and if you want to add some things. So that these things are very important thing. Now moving to second question: what approach do you take when there is misunderstanding or miscommunication? If you get like that experiences while communicating, so be calm, and you can live from that person, from that situation, then from that place. It is one of the best examples. Otherwise, if you have knowledge and if you have great points, so definitely you can interrupt and try to approve ourselves according to the situation. But sometimes these things create lots of disturbance while communicating, but our points is very strong. If you have strong points than other person, so it is really important things to manage all the situation in a good way. But sometimes our knowledge and our ideas cannot prove ourselves than others, so at that time we can live and we can avoid all these things, because all these things are a part of the learning. If you use ignorance, so definitely these things create lots of positive impact and other ramification in our communication as well in our surrounding. But misunderstanding and miscommunication, kindly we can ignore, otherwise avoid, because ignorance is bliss. But every time ignorance is not a good thing. So we have ability to prove ourselves, or otherwise you can manage with your politeness, calmness, and patience. Now moving to third question: how do you adjust your how do you adjust your communication style when interacting with someone from a different background or culture? Yeah, it is a difficult task. For example, I know about Marathi language, and when I will get Punjabi person, so and I don't know about Punjabi language. So how to communicate in that situation? Yeah, if you know English language, and so you can start you can break our ice with English language. But Marathi and Punjabi, it is our native language. But if you use our facial expression, our body language initially, so we can manage our communication skill without less word, without less sentences. So our eyes contact, our facial expression, our body language, all these things very important while communicating. After that, every language has their specific derived words. So we should know about that specific words. It is using randomly in our general communication about eating, all these things, all these words are related to our action words. So we should know about it basically as a knowledge, as a learning. Otherwise, you can use our you can use our general language with your great expression. Furthermore, uh, if you communicate with our behavior, means our with our moral values, so it is really great impact in to maintain, to develop our communication skills, means helping to each other, sharing and smiling, and other positive morality we should adopt before communication. It is feel comfortable from both sides, because this is a prominently thing by the human being to use these things while before communication. And if you feel comfortable, and if you listen carefully for a few days, so definitely we feel comfortable from both sides, and we can start our relationship in a good way. So all these things are aspects of the communication. Yeah, so thank you so much for listening to me.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Chitra, for participating. And as you spoke very well, like in first question you said we should be must very active listening and calmly and patience. And next was you spoke like we should like patience and understanding to others person also. Okay. Thank you for participating. So next participate in this sequence, that is Izal.
Hello,
Yeah, hello. How are you, Izal?
I am perfectly splendid. What about you?
Yeah, me do. Fabulous. So
Nice, glad to
please,
know.
yeah, kindly go ahead.
Okay, let me confirm. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are perfectly audible.
Thank you. Okay. So, tranquil afternoon, everyone. This is Aizil Zara. I hope your day is going well. Warm greeting to all of you. So, let's dive into our questions. Our first question is, how do you ensure that you truly understand the person's perspective during a conversation? Okay. Well, for me, understanding someone's perspective is something I genuinely enjoy. It's actually one of my hobbies to observe people and try to understand how they think and feel. I love to explore different mindsets. During conversations, I focus on listening carefully instead of immediately thinking about what I want to see next. I also try to notice their tone and emotions. Sometimes I repeat or summarize what they said to make sure I understood correctly or not. For instance, if a person is talking about a problem, I might say something like, so you felt upset because you thought they ignored your effort, right? So this helps both of us confirm that I truly understood their point of view or not. Now, moving to our next question. What approach do you speak when there is a misunderstanding or miscommunication. Okay. Honestly, when a misunderstanding happens, I prefer to stay calm and clarify things instead of reacting emotionally. I try to ask polite questions and explain my intentions clearly. Since I come from a Kashmiri background, so communication and respect are very important in our culture. For instance, if someone misunderstands something I said, I might respond like, I think my words came out differently than I meant. Let me explain what I actually meant. So, this way, the conversation becomes constructive rather than argumentative. Yeah, moving to our last question. How do you adjust your communication style when interacting with someone from a different background or culture? Okay. When speaking with people from different backgrounds, I always strive to be open minded and respectful of their cultural values and communication style. Growing up around Kashmiri tradition really has taught me that every culture has its own way of expressing emotions, respect, and what to say? I'm not getting a proper word. Opinions. Sorry. So yeah, for an instance, if I am talking to someone who prefers direct communication, right, I'll be more straightforward with him or her. If someone values a softer, more polite tone, I adjust accordingly. Because I believe adapting your communication style shows emotional intelligence and respect for the other, what to say? I don't know why I am lacking words. Okay, for the other person's culture and perspective. Yes, thank you so much. I'm done with my answer. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Izal. As you spoke in your answer that like we should not argument in second question, and like first question you should like we should say to that person, could you again explain that? It was like it will create again not argument. So this is good understanding you have for understanding to others people. Thank you for joining this.
Thank you so much for your kind
Yeah.
feedback. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So in this sequence, we have next participant that is Scarlett. Scarlett, are you there?
Yes, good afternoon. So
Yeah. Good afternoon, ma'am. So how are you?
I'm fine. Thanks for asking. And you?
Yeah, me too, as you are. So kindly go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to take part in the beautiful grooming session. And these questions are really commendable, I can say. And I'm going to share my thoughts on this. Number one question: how do I ensure that I truly understand the other person's perspective? To understand someone, I think that the first quality I need to inculcate in me is the active listening. Sometimes we do some other task, it's like multitasking and all, and we are trying to listen. So that's a passive listening. But if I need to understand someone's perspective, then I need to have the active listening in my view, and then only I can ensure that I am understanding the version or not. And I don't like to interrupt in between. I don't like even judge someone. I try to prepare myself for the reply of that particular talk, whatever other person is speaking. So I try to prepare myself on that very point only. As soon as I finish listening to that person, because focusing on what the person is trying to convey is so crucial in my perspective. Their words, their tone, their emotions, everything means a lot. Then only we I can ensure that yeah, I understand the other person perspective. At the same time, I shouldn't judge whatever the person is saying. because that's the most important, I think. And I remind myself that understanding does not mean agreeing all the time. It simply means respecting their viewpoint, whatever they are trying to convey. Number two question: what approach do I take during misunderstanding or miscommunication? Okay, whenever there is a misunderstanding, first of all, I just want to be patient enough to listen to the other person, because whenever there is miscommunication, the other person is angry, and I need to be peace and maintaining my calm, and I don't like to react emotionally. I believe that reacting with anger and all also not good, and that will worsen the situation. And in my case, anger, I don't remember when I became angry last time, because it's really very hard to make me angry. People can try their best, but I won't become angry. So I think whenever there's a miscommunication, I prefer to listen to the other person, and then once the person finishes everything, then I try to clarify the issue politely by saying that there may be a misconception, or maybe there is some confusion. Let's try to clear it, because that's the most crucial, because having the patience and emotional maturity to deal with the miscommunication. Otherwise, it will create some chaos. Number three, how do I adjust my communication style with people from different background? Okay, so when I interact with someone from a different background or different culture, I try to communicate in the same way. I don't feel like that, okay, they are someone alien or something, because they are also like human. Yeah, but they have different culture, so I try to explain my culture as well. And at the same time, I try to understand their culture too, so that we can talk much better, so that we can communicate in a good way. I try to I prefer to use simple words, simple sentences, so that it will be easy for the person to understand our language, uh, and their language would be different. So I want that the person, I should understand the person as well, whatever they're trying to convey, because I think I need to pay more attention to the body language, just to know that whether the person is interested to talk to me or not. So this is very necessary, I think. And I am a person who respect all the cultures, so I don't think that person will find any difficulty to talk to me. And I am very curious to know the other cultures and all. So just because of my willingness to know, I think the person will communicate with me very nicely. I am hoping for that. So this is all from my side.
Yeah, thank you, Scarlett, as you speak overall three question answers. So you speak very well, good, and you answered fun in first question that you said most impact it will create on others, that we should listen carefully and give attention with emotionally. So it was good answer of first question. And second question you said we should clarify instantly if any conception, any misunderstanding if created. And third question you said like I am who like that person, I respect to other cultures and I understood to overall persons. Okay, and we showed attention to all body language, they want to talk to me or not. Okay, these were answer was very nice. Thank you for participating.
Thank you so much for your valuable feedback, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you.
welcome. Yeah, welcome. So in this sequence we have next participant, that is Mahir. Mahir, are you there?
Good afternoon, sir. I am audible. My voice is okay.
Yes, you are audible. Good afternoon. So, how are you, Mahir,
Okay.
by the way?
I am okay, sir. What's about you?
Yeah, me too. I'm also okay. So kindly go ahead and take your seat and answered overall three questions.
Okay. So this is MD Mahira Hussain speaking. So our first question is that how do you ensure that you truly understand the other person's perspective during a conversation? First thing is that like active listening. If I carefully listen to people, then I easily understand what they try to say about uh, me or other people or what they try to express themselves. And the second thing is that um, their body language matters. Like sometimes people use some non-verbal things when they are communicating. That things also we need to adapt. Like we can easily understand their emotions by their body language, how they talk, their face, their expressions. That things can share more about their present situations, they are in stress or not, and how they are feeling when they are delivering their speech. And the third thing is that uh, patience, like patience is necessary. If I didn't patience, what will happen? I never do any kind of activity godly. Like all activity means which type of activity I already share, like listenings or observing the people. So that time patience matter. And try to understand the person. So, sometimes when we understand other person's feelings or their what they try to say, then we can easily understand their speech also, like what they try to say, like they are sad or not, their moods also. We need to understand. And the last thing is that, like when I try to listen anyone, my body, mind, all need in a present moment. If I am in a present moment, what will happen? Like I can easily understand the person's speaking or what they are saying, because no distractions available. If I stay in present moment, no, not thinking about anything, like just focusing on the persons, like what they are saying. So this type of things really help me to understand the persons who are speaking in front of me, any kind of conversations. So the second question is that what approach do you take when there is a misunderstandings or miscommunication? So that is common thing. Like that is a natural thing also. Like sometimes miscommunications happen. It's a normal thing. So that time, okay. The question is that okay. So that time I try to stick claim if any kind of misunderstood happen. So I don't need to go rush. I just control my emotions and try to solve the problem. And secondly, I wanna take the responsibility, like try to solve the problem. Why the problem is happens? Try to take all responsibility and solve the matter. And thirdly is that blaming the persons, like which type of persons I am quarreling. I don't need to blame the persons or forcing the persons is that, or proving the person is he or she is wrong. Better that avoid blaming the person. And last thing is that learn from my past experiences. Which like my past mistake is my best teacher. Like which type of, like when any kind of misunderstanding happened in my life in the previous time, so I need to learn from this type of mistake. Why the miscommunications happen? My past experience give me or teach me better to solve this type of problem, because I maybe sometimes in our life we also miscommunicate with someone. So this type of experiences really crucial for us in the future. We don't need to do the same mistake. If we don't do that, what will happen? This type of problem will not happen again in our life. And the last question is, how do you adjust your conversation style when like different culture people or different background people? The question is like that. So that is the common thing in cause of internet, or sometimes in our life we find different culture people, different traditional people. So the first thing is that we should research about their culture. That thing can obviously help us. If we research or study about their culture or traditions or values, then we easily understand their culture also and their styles also. Like, and we can easily adjust because we understand. See, if we don't study, then how we understand the other community culture. And the second thing is that respect about different culture, people, or language also. Like um, what they are saying respects also their opinion too. And we need to be open-minded that time. We need to adapt. Like the difference between us, like my culture and their culture, and um, not any kind of judgmental that time. Not become judgmental means like not judging the person's culture and my culture. So just accept what is the difference between us. And and the crucial thing is that adapt new things. Like if I like someone's culture, I think that it is good for me or I feel good, so we should adapt the new things, which things my culture didn't have. I can adapt this type of things, then I can easily feel comfortable about the like stranger persons like who are different than my culture. So all about respect, how we respect the other persons, or my awareness also matters that time when I try to connect with different community people. So that's all, sir. Your question answer.
Okay, Mahir. Okay, you answered very well, and your structure was also nice. And I don't know, it was like your background voice or something sound was coming in your side, so it was not good. So overall, those were good. So let me give your feedback that you said in first question answer, that was you said like we should must uh, active listener, and we should listen to others with patientfully for understanding. And next question said in misunderstanding, we should clarify. If we should like some misunderstanding create, then we should not like argument with others. Okay, and a third question you said that I like most, like we should respect to other culture also. It doesn't matter we understood that culture or not, but we should respect, it is right. Thank you for participating in this session. So
Thanks for your
Yeah.
positive feedback, sir.
yeah, thank you. So in this sequence we have next participant, that is Kajal. Kajal, are you there?
Yeah,
Okay.
hi, answer.
How can we participate in this session?
You can join website and write your name there. You can see in group,
Is
website
it
is
like,
available.
okay, is it necessary to do that? Can't we just
uh,
talk?
it is like necessary for joining session, but I don't know too much in this necessary or not.
Because I have done it on Scarlett's session when she was taking the grooming session. I have done it already. That I
Actually,
didn't do go with these procedures.
actually, if you want, then you can. If you not want, it's not necessary. If you want, then you
Yeah.
can. Otherwise, it's
Okay.
okay.
Okay,
So in
thank you, Shivi.
yeah, Rakshita. So we have next participant, that is Kajal. Kajal, are you there?
Yeah, hi, I am here.
Hi.
Hi, sir, how are you?
Yeah, I am fine, and you?
Yeah, I am well
Okay, so
and
kindly go
thank
ahead.
you. Okay. Mm, uh, Good evening, everyone. I am CV and I am going to answer these three questions. In this first question, am I audible properly? Can you tell me? Hi, Makan. Am I audible properly?
Yes, you are perfectly audible.
Okay. So, first question is, How do you ensure that you truly understand the other person's perspective during a conversation? So, others person perspective during a conversation. So, if I talk about in my real life examples, so sometimes if I talking with some people, some stranger people, even with my friend, and then first first main point, you listen carefully that person and understand that person what they are want to say, right? Suppose he is saying something and you interrupted during the conversation. He didn't complete him conversation. So the main thing is you listen. First, you listen carefully, and second, you understand that person statement and conversation, and then you reply him. I mean, you reply him or her. It means you give answer. I mean, whatever you understood, you told him or told her. So yeah, it's the main thing. Listen and then understand, and then you give your statement. And the second question is, what approach do you take when there is a misunderstanding or miscommunication? So yeah, it's very good question, and I like this question. Misunderstanding or miscommunication. Let me I give you guys between two nations, misunderstanding and miscommunication. Uh, okay, I am giving you one of the real life example. I mean, real example between two nations, India and Bangladesh. We are no in we are
Shivi, can you speak a bit louder?
okay. Now it's clear.
Yes,
Yeah,
now it is clear.
please. Yeah.
Yeah, we are no in 2024, Sheikh Hasina came in India because in Dhaka a lot of students protest against the Sheikh Hasina's Sheikh Hasina government. I mean against the Sheikh Hasina government, and then some issues in the Dhaka was happened, and then India government, I mean suddenly invite the casinos, not invite, I mean something happened. So that time, India and Bangladesh between like uh, lack of trust and lack of communication and misunderstanding happening to 2024 and now in present time. So like these these period, I mean this period between 2024 and 2026, lot of thing happen. They are killing Hindu people, even other innocent people, and then because of misunderstanding and Bangladeshi people hating Indian people, even some issues, some other issues like border security, even trades and connectivity, and Chinese involved. And that time, that time Chinese involved, because China was oh my God, these thing happening. So like that time, China's think Tista and other some project dam I don't remember exactly dam names. There are a sign, some dams making a dam, even Tista River dispute, water sharing because of misunderstanding between two nations. So, uh, so how like India approach very uh, calmly and very understanding way and uh, very clever. India is very clever. India nothing. India not did anything wrong with Bangladesh because India was approached. Like mm, India was approached very. And India think it's not stay a whole. Whole life. It's a very few years and few days happening. They are killing, and that's why India nothing did anything wrong with Bangladesh. And but yeah, like some issues happen because of misunderstanding and misconversation. But now second government, you know. New government, and now situation is very good, and they are trying to everything clear, and they are want to talk with India, and India want to talk with Bangladesh people. But yeah, I want to say the last point in this question: misunderstanding and miscommunication, lack of trust and lack of communication make a misunderstanding. So N- India, India not did anything wrong with Bangladesh. If suppose if India did anything wrong, then India make other enemy. So India's approach very good. That's why everything okay now. And thank you. I am going to explain. In these three questions, I give only 2 minutes. So I think I take much time. How
Yeah,
do you adjust your communication style when interacting with someone from a different background or culture? How do you adjust your communication style? So suppose I am I am living in north part of in I am living in north part of India, and my culture, my language, and everything different compared to mm, yeah culture may be same, but no, not same. Yeah, suppose I am living in north part of India. I am North Indian, and some people uh, okay, in this we see some people living north part of India and some people living south part of India. And north part of India and south part of India culture and food and languages and people and everything thinking way, everything very different, right? Language, language, accent, culture, food, even education, thinking, everything is different. So the main thing, if South Indian people want to talk with North part of Indian people, so one common language English. So if both people know English, then they are very easily communicate each other, and they are if they are very easily communicate, then they are share him they two people share during the conversation. They are sharing about culture, about food, about languages, I mean native languages. So different and different background. Different background, it means some people some people like background, it means yeah, background, I think something poor and rich maybe. Actually I am confused. So yeah, thank you. I mean, north and south part of India, if there are both people know English, then they are very easily share about culture, food, and whatever they are want to share very easily and interact very easily. Thank you guys for listening me and Makan sir and everyone.
Yeah, okay, Sivi. So you answered in good way and very was good. But let me tell you your mistakes. That was you talked bit much and you were speaking without enthusiastic and without some energy. You must be good energy during speaking, but your answer and examples very was good. Okay, as you spoke in first question, we showed attention, we showed active listening, we showed clearly listening, and second, like you second question answer, you said give example that was India and Bangladesh. Okay, due to miscommunication, it was something misunderstanding with them. And in third question answer, you said like we should understand how can we communicate that is only English. It's common like South Indian people and Northern Indian people. Okay, so you answered was nice. Thank you for participating in this session.
Yeah, thank you, sir. But you tell me your, you tell me my grammatically mistake. Actually, I participate like I think third time I participated this grooming session. I mean total overall third time I participate in this EL group. So I am new here, right? So that's why I have some hesitation and like low
Yeah,
confidence and some. So yeah, and thank you for giving me this opportunity, and I will try to uh, make
yeah,
my
okay.
yeah.
Yes, okay. So in this sequence, we have next participant that is unscripted. Are you there? Unscripted. I think unscripted is not available. So we have next participant that is Rakshita. Rakshita ma'am, are you there?
Yeah, I am here. Okay. First of all, tell me this group is English learners, right? So that
Yes.
I can, okay, open the chat. Okay, so first question is, how do you ensure that you truly understand the other person's perspective during a conversation? Okay. Okay. So what I would do, I think if I'm on a call, first of all, I would make sure that I will not interrupt interrupt that person if he is talking. But if because I would like to answer that person or try to interact with that person, what I would do, I will try to listen each and every word very carefully. But sometimes there are some laggings in the voice, or my ears are not working properly. So I can take time for that. For example, I would ask so many times, okay, this is what you are saying. Okay, what did you just said? This is not a bad thing, I think, because you want to give a good reply. So you have to make sure that you are listening to that person very carefully. Also, this is not just apply to interacting with anybody. I think one must do one thing at a time. So while I am giving my attention to one person, at that moment I would not like to do any work. For example, I will not operate my phone while talking to a person. I would just give my full attention to that human being. That's what I think one should do to clearly understand other person's perspective. Second question is, what approach do you take when there is a misunderstanding or miscommunication? First of all, if there is a misunderstanding in other person's mind, I would not get bothered. Okay, it happened. But if that person is so important to me emotionally, physically, or I'm working in an organization, I would like to learn from that person. Or if a person, I mean, if there is any importance of that person, or I am doing something where he's or she's getting hurt, then only I will put my efforts to make him understand. And to make him understand, first thing which I will do is to uh, put my things, put my opinions, put my perspective very purely and with good words, and that too in a very humble way. That's what I was saying. And here's what you are approaching towards. So look, there is a misunderstanding. You might misunderstood me, so I would like to make sure that. But if still that person is not try to understand me, I would like to ignore the thing and ignore the situation and move forward, because for me, the peace of mind and living myself happily is very much important. I would love to, if there is again a chaos, I would love to leave that area instead. Third thing is, how do you adjust your communication style when interacting with someone from a different background or culture? Okay, so adjust my communication style. Okay, for example, if I am talking to somebody uh, from a different background, so first of all, I would try to make sure that we are talking on some common grounds. If I'm talking, if my mother tongue is different, if I'm talking to somebody from south whose mother tongue may be different, so I would like to make a common ground. I like to make sure that we are talking in English language, which is a general language which he can also understand. Then I would like to work on my gestures. I would not feel make him feel that I'm so constrained to talk. Make him feel very much comfortable. The question, okay, and so the question is about culture and okay, different background or culture. So I would just like to make him so much comfortable with myself, uh, so that he can talk. And also, if somebody has got strong roots, that person will again and again show that I am, I mean, again and again start using his cultural words. For example, being a Punjabi, I, in when I talk, sometimes I use some phrases in between. This happens with everybody who is coming from some area. So I would try to refrain from these things. I would not use those sentences, and try to make sure that he can also share his culture and his food. And even if I don't like the food, I would still appreciate that, so that he will feel comfortable. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Rakshita ma'am, as you spoke very enthusiastic and very energetic. So let me tell your okay. So in answer overall, you spoke very well, and in first question answer, you said that was very nice. Like we showed attention and listening, and we showed clearly five. Okay, and like due to some reasons, I couldn't understand. I couldn't listen your second question, but third question I answered your listen. That was like we should communicate to others people who belongs to other cultures as a southern or northern in India available also. So like even though like if we don't like their foods or their culture, so we should appreciate them that you are very good. Okay, so this is why that was very nice. And first question answer, you said that you don't you use during talking to anyone because you give attention to fully for listening, for understanding them. So it's nice. Okay, and everybody should must not watch during talking to anyone mobile. That was very nice answer. Thank you, ma'am, for joining and attending this session.
Thank you, Makhan. Thank you. Is it
Yeah,
Makhan or Makhan?
ma'am, it's Makhan.
Okay, thank you, Makhan, for welcoming in such a good way. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Uh, I think we must have no any participate in this sequence. As I saw in website, if anybody wants to take participate, then please raise their hand in chat box and live chat on
Mm,
VC.
hello, sir.
Suppose, yeah,
I would
hello,
like to.
Subham.
Hello. Good
Yeah,
afternoon.
yeah, good afternoon to you. So, how are you, Subham?
I'm fine, sir. What about you?
Yeah, me too. So, would you like to participate? Am I right?
Uh, yes.
Okay. So, please check pin message and overall their three question and overall three question answer kindly provide us.
Okay, sir. I can try my best. I can see the three questions. Okay, so question one. Can I speak now, sir?
Yes, you can.
Okay. How do you ensure that you truly understand the other person's perspective during a conversations? Okay. So yeah, so any conversations can be very meaningful, can be very important for us. So while having a conversations, we have to be very mindful. We have to be very attentive towards the person so that we don't miss any word or any important sentence that the person is sharing, or else there can be misunderstanding in the conversation. And while having the conversation, if I am unable to understand anything, so without hesitation, I can request the person to repeat it, or can make it easy for me so that it can be understandable for me. Because sometimes some people they use advanced vocabulary in their conversations, which I may not know. My vocabulary can be very weak. So if I unable to understand, I can request the person to make the sentence easy so that it is very convenient for me to understand. And um and I, what should I say more? Yeah, these two things only. These two things can make any conversations easy for to comprehend for me. Okay, so now moving to the second questions. What approach do you take when there is a misunderstanding or miscommunication? Hmm. Misunderstanding or miscommunication happen when you are not very attentive to listen to the person, or misunderstanding can happen when we may not have proper idea or proper knowledge about the conversation that is going on. So if there is misunderstanding happens, first of all, I would like to get to know the facts, what the facts is. I may use internet to get to know the facts. Am I the wrong person in creating the misunderstanding, or is he or she the wrong person in creating the misunderstanding? So I will not be so arrogant. I'll not fight. Rather, I'll check the facts. And then, after checking the facts, if I think that I am correct, then I will try to make the person understand politely that you may have a mistake, because this is the fact. the fact is saying something, so you may have the mistake. After listening to the facts, if the person is still very arrogant, not listening to me, then I will leave the place. I will not try to impose my opinion on him. I will just let him be happy. I will just let him have his own opinion. That's it. And question 3, how do you adjust your communication style when interacting with someone from a different background or culture? Okay, so first of all, while having conversations with someone who is from a different background or culture, I have to speak very politely, respectfully, and if I know some cultural backgrounds of the person, I would like to talk about it, kind of their culture, their best food, their tradition, their important or famous places in their locality. That's how I would like to talk with the person, and I will try to find the common interest between the two of us. For example, people may like cricket, football, or people may like to read books. So I will try to know what the interest he is good at. Then I think if I talk about the interest that both of the people have, then the conversation may can go very long, lengthy, and it may be effective and productive. So that's how I would like to communicate with someone from a different culture. That's all. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Subham. First of all, thank you for participating in this session. And you spoke very well and you answered in good way. And you took like affordable time and it was nice. So let me tell you like in answers. So as you spoke first question that was very nice. You said in your answer that we should listen and we should give attention to clear five. Okay. And we should like listen very clearly full. Okay. And second question, I was not able to listening or I couldn't listen carefully because my attention was other there because it was background. Sorry for this. So in third question, you answered that you said like we should understand other culture also, and even though like overall same answered, okay, and you spoke very well. At last, I will say this thing. Thank you for participating, and
Thank you, sir.
yes,
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
yeah. So let me confirm any admin is available on the BC. If anyone admin is available on the BC, then please wind up this session because we don't have other participants for joining. If anybody wants to speak, then they can speak. Amy, Mr. Praveen, Srikant, Luffy, Navneet, RP Sani.
Yeah, buddy. What is going on?
This is one session is going on that his name is grooming session. If you want to participate, you will have to answer all three questions. You can check in this group pin message there. You will find the question for answering.